Graham Allen, Dear America, Live Like It's September 12th. And Dear America, Live Like It's September 12th, author Graham Allen sheds light on the United States' cultural, political, and social divisions, and how they have gradually led to a decline in the values that once defined the nation. In an increasingly polarized environment, patriotism is at an all-time low while the rise of socialism threatens the foundation of American democracy. This book summary delves into the key events and inventions that have contributed to the breakdown of the core values of faith, family, and freedom, suggesting that only by embracing the spirit of unity that emerged after the tragedy of 9/11 can America regain its lost glory.
Democracy's slippery slope. The decline of American democracy is unfolding as the nation finds itself fractured and patriotism fades. Previously unified under core values, Americans are now faced with a cultural storm where socialism gains traction, cancel culture thrives, and the Constitution suffers constant challenges. Developed over time, rather than being instigated by a single event or party, this downward spiral requires dedicated citizens taking action to restore the once cherished American spirit. An ominous storm looms over the United States, blanketing the nation in a haze of discord and signaling the potential demise of American democracy. Today, the country bears little resemblance to its former self. Its people are divided, patriotism is dwindling, and socialism burgeons as mainstream institutions relentlessly perpetuate radical ideologies. The once clear distinction between facts and fiction blurs as cancel culture reigns supreme and foundational rights, such as freedom of speech, face mounting threats. This troubling state of affairs begs the questions: how did we end up here, and what lies ahead? The blunt truth is that Americans have lost grip on their once proud nation. Although it's tempting to fault politicians for steering the country off course, simply attributing the blame will not suffice to revive the America of yesteryear. The responsibility lies with every citizen who has allowed the nation to slide into chaos. To grasp the magnitude of America's fall, let's recall a time during World War II when the nation displayed unparalleled unity. Citizens from various states, backgrounds, and political affiliations valiantly banded together to combat Nazi Germany, emphasizing the national motto, E pluribus unum, out of many, one. This era encapsulates a shared belief in a greater cause and an unwavering conviction that America was worth fighting for. In stark contrast, the American spirit now flounders. A study by the Rand Corporation reveals that over half of the current U.S. military personnel serve primarily for the benefits following their service, eschewing the priority of the mission for their own personal gain. Such is the state of modern patriotism. The country that once held dear the triumvirate values of faith, family, and freedom has crumbled, surrendering to a myopic pursuit of self-interest. The journey from a solid foundation of shared beliefs to the current self-centered mindset did not happen overnight. It is a complex transformation that warrants a closer examination. Taking the first step towards restoring America's greatness requires acknowledging the challenges at hand and exploring the root causes of this erosion. Only then can citizens work together to rebuild their cherished nation. Crumbling pillars of community. Frozen mashed potatoes, mystery meat, and bagged gravy may seem unremarkable, but TV dinners have played a surprising role in reshaping American society. Before their arrival in the mid-1950s, supper time was a sacred moment for families to connect and share their experiences. However, the rise of TV dinners encouraged people to prepare quick meals and focus their attention on television screens rather than each other. This shift marked the beginning of the breakdown of the American nuclear family and the decline of the community. In this new world, fellow citizens became more self-serving, prioritizing convenience over the bonds that held them together. As electric garage doors appeared across the nation, a similar trend emerged. Neighbors no longer greeted each other during morning commutes, opting for the seclusion provided by automation. These seemingly inconsequential inventions contributed to an increasingly isolated, selfish, impatient, and intolerant culture. Americans sought constant comfort and convenience while growing disconnected from one another. They relied more heavily on technology and desired instant gratification. As a result, they lost their moral bearings and began to veer away from shared values and beliefs. This shift toward individualism and away from the importance of community has had a profound impact on American society, shaping a future that may be more frightening than anyone could have anticipated. As we continue down this path of isolation, the pillars that once supported our communities and brought us together are crumbling away, leaving us vulnerable and disconnected. Embracing diverse perspectives. As America's cultural landscape changed with TV dinners, electronic garage doors, and social media, so did the attitude towards diversity of thought. The rise of self-righteous and antagonistic viewpoints threatened to diminish the value of civil discourse. However, it's essential to remember that America has always been a nation of differing opinions, and this diversity drives progress. Recognizing the importance of respectful disagreements and unity despite differences is crucial for America's continued growth. The American cultural descent began with seemingly harmless lifestyle changes, such as TV dinners and electronic garage doors, but soon escalated with the advent of social media. This platform allowed millions of individuals to abandon common courtesy, express inflammatory opinions, and immerse themselves in unhealthy echo chambers. As a result, a toxic mentality emerged: I'm right, you're wrong, shut up. Suddenly, diversity of thought was seen as dangerous and undesirable, with many thinking, how dare others think differently than me? However, this mentality overlooks a crucial fact: America has always thrived on division and diverse opinions. Diversity of thought fosters growth, while homogeneous groupthink stifles progress and poses great risks. America's dynamic history illustrates the power of division. For example, the Civil War led to the abolition of slavery, and the ratification of the 19th Amendment, backed by divergent thinking, granted women the right to vote. Furthermore, the United States was founded by nonconformists who fought against English rule, establishing the very democracy that underpins American freedoms today. The truth is, division lies at the heart of progress, and Americans should embrace different opinions. By law, they have the right to hold diverse viewpoints, a luxury not enjoyed in other nations. Civil discourse should be celebrated, not dismissed. To reclaim the spirit of their nation, Americans must engage in respectful disagreements, acknowledging that division is not dysfunctional but democratic. As beneficiaries of free speech, it's crucial to remember that America the Beautiful thrives by uniting citizens with varied perspectives, united under the banner of their great nation. This unity in diversity is what makes America truly exceptional and paves the way for continued progress. Reclaiming happiness in America. The notion that Americans are guaranteed happiness is misguided, stemming from a misinterpretation of the Declaration of Independence. In reality, the American people are entitled to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, rather than happiness itself. Pursuing happiness requires effort, and Americans must embrace the fact that failure is inevitable and work towards their own happiness. To reclaim America, individuals must let go of unfounded entitlements and teach children the importance of embracing reality and striving for personal satisfaction on their own terms. The Declaration of Independence states that the American people are entitled to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Notice the emphasis on pursuit rather than guaranteeing happiness outright. Satisfaction requires work and can't be handed over on a silver platter. This implies that Americans aren't inherently owed anything. Financial success, a bigger and better home, or approval of every national event aren't things handed down to them. America, instead, offers its citizens the chance to chase happiness. Many Americans, however, tend to misinterpret this fundamental right. America also grants its citizens the opportunity to fail. A pervasive fear of failure in modern society, as evident from classrooms where participation trophies overflow, sets unrealistic expectations and fuels a nationwide sense of entitlement. Disappointments and setbacks are inescapable. Happiness and success aren't awaiting outstretched hands, each American must create their own happiness. The responsibility rests on individuals, not their neighbors or the government. The U.S. Army's erstwhile recruitment motto, "Be all you can be," clearly communicates that people should strive to reach their potential, not just desire success without putting in the effort. Desiring greatness is easy, but achievements are neither guaranteed nor owed. To reclaim America's inherent spirit, it's essential to teach children the value of facing reality, embracing effort, and accepting that not everyone can be happy simultaneously. The facts may sting, but facing them head-on paves the path to a better and stronger America. Uniting in the spirit of September 12. On September 12, 2001, Americans from all walks of life united in mourning after the tragic events of the previous day. This unity, transcending all divisions, showcased the true spirit of patriotism. To save America from the dark cloud of polarization, citizens must reignite their collective consciousness, setting aside differences and focusing on their shared identity. Through open dialogue, mutual respect, and embracing core American values, they can collaboratively create a brighter future for their nation. The events of September 11, 2001, plunged America into one of its darkest moments. But on September 12, something extraordinary occurred. Divisions faded, and Americans from all backgrounds and beliefs came together in grief and solidarity. People set aside their differences, embracing shared patriotism and understanding that their collective identity as Americans transcended any individual disputes. This spirit of unity, born in the aftermath of unthinkable adversity, holds the key to saving America. Now more than ever, citizens must embody the values demonstrated on September 12, 2001. Although founded on July 4, 1776, America's future hinges on embracing the unity that arose on that fateful September day. As time has passed, divisions have re-emerged, and America is now haunted by polarization. To protect their homeland, citizens must set aside pride, prejudice, and partisanship, remembering their shared identity as Americans. Small-minded actions, such as demonizing those with opposing views or attempting to prove the superiority of one political party over another, will not mend the fissures that threaten the nation. Instead, Americans must engage in respectful civil discourse, uphold core American values, and work together to create a brighter, more united future. While differences will inevitably persist, Americans should find common ground in their shared pride, identity, and values. The nation must not wait for another tragedy to ignite unity. It's up to we the people to close the divide and restore the spirit of September 12, 2001. Only then can America truly heal and move forward.
Graham Allen's Dear America, Live Like It's September 12th reminds us of the importance of embracing diversity of thought and fostering civil discourse to save the democratic foundation of the United States. Allen emphasizes that returning to the core values of faith, family, and freedom, along with dispelling misconceptions about entitlement, can help steer America back to the right course. As citizens with different backgrounds and beliefs, it is essential to unite through the shared identity of being part of a country worth fighting for. By embodying the spirit of September 12, 2001, Americans can reclaim the nation and overcome the adversities caused by polarization, division, and an eroding sense of community.